Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. Happy new month to you and many thanks for keeping faith with us. Something very interesting happened a few hours ago on a flight, actually. Young, will I call him young? He's married because I saw him with a wedding ring. Obidient, a young man, actually on flight, decided to speak out on the issue of politics going on in Nigeria, and he made very strong statements. And in not too long a time, security agents came in and pulled him out, and he started screaming and shouting, "Obidient, are you there? Obidient, are you there?" But what is interesting about this whole video is that they are now calling out Peter Obi, the spokesperson, and APC as a whole, using their spokesperson, media person, versus Kiamo, is calling out Peter Obi to do the needful. In fact, let's just go into the news proper to know exactly what is going on, what led to this, and why we are where we are today. Before we go into the news proper, kindly subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button beside it. You see bell notification icon, please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube, where the spokesperson of the All Progressive Congress, Festus Keyamo, has reacted to the viral video of a young man getting dragged out of a plane by airport authorities for saying Tinubu must not be sworn in as the president of the country. According to Keyamo, who took to his social media handle to react to the video, the man was a dysfunctional Obidient supporter who carried his anti-Tinubu campaign to a local flight, and Peter Obi must come out to condemn that act. Word for word, this is what Festus Keyamo said, and I quote him. One emotionally and mentally dysfunctional Obedient who carried his Tinubu must not be sworn in campaign to a local flight yesterday was forcefully deboarded when he became disruptive. He has just seen the difference between causing trouble in real life and mobilizing headless mob on social media for likes and retweets. And it is important that since this action amounted to public nuisance was carried out in supposed support of one of the presidential candidates, that candidate must come out to condemn it unreservedly. Tinubu has since issued a statement calling on his supporters to tone down the rhetoric and to embrace national healing and reconciliation. We expect no less from other candidates. But quickly, before we go into what Nigeria is saying, I want to say this very quickly. Indeed, at official BAT, that's Bola Tinubu, did mention the issue of reconciliation and healing. But I do not know if Onanuga, Bayo Onanuga and real FFK, as in Femi Fanikayo, they had that statement he made. Because if they did, all the statement they have been making for the past 2 weeks shows the exact opposite of what Bola Tinubu said. They keep on, in fact, what they kept on saying was such that even the person of the spokesperson of Northern Elders Forum has this to say. Well, in a statement issued yesterday by its Director of Publicity and Advocacy, Dr. Hakim Baba Ahmed, the forum said it had followed the conduct of the election, some of which are still being planned or conducted. It expressed concerns over rhetorics and exchanges which it said are raising tensions and following negative disposition that threaten the intercommunity relations in the country. The forum claimed it had sustained its decision to exercise responsible vigilance over the 2023 elections and also encouraged the emergence of leaders under credible, free and fair elections and a peaceful transition from the current administration to the next one. It also welcomed the decision of contestants who felt the elections had not met legal thresholds of acceptability to seek agitation over its credibility and settle other constitutional issues relating to it. It, however, appealed to Nigerians to allow the judiciary to undertake its onerous responsibility in a calm and peaceful atmosphere. The forum further expressed worry that leaders are not exercising enough responsibility to encourage respect for the judicial process, a key element of the electoral process. It said, and I quote him, it said the forum is, however, concerned over rhetorics and exchanges which raise tension for negative disposition that threaten intercommunity relations. Party leaders should restrain spokesperson from escalating damaging language and exchanges. The forum remained reminded the judiciary that Nigerians look up to it to salvage democracy and restore the faith of the Nigerians in its integrity and competence and the manner it handles all election matters. At any rate, Nigerians should be reminded as well that the country must survive the elections and address the conduct of elections and strengthen the foundation of peaceful coexistence. In a nutshell, it's actually referring to spokesperson who heightened up the polity. If you look at Yenusa Tanko, you realize they've been very peaceful. I must say, I must give it to them. And when at some point when INEC was refusing to give them electoral materials, they called for a peaceful protest. And if you check the issue of peaceful protest, it's enshrined in our constitution. It is permissive, it is legal, in as much as it's peaceful within the confines of our constitution. All right, and they did not ask for anything other than that. But you see, the spokesperson of APC, apart from Festus Keyamo, that who understands the power of words, spoken words and written words, who is also a senior advocate of Nigeria, so he is a very should I say very learned in his choice of words. Other than Festus Keyamo, who also understands sarcasm and knows how to use it as at when due. The likes of FFK, though a lawyer, not a sound lawyer, but has really not shown decorum in his spoken words. Same with Onanuga, who for honestly, Nigerians are shocked to the marrows to see that that's a legendary, as is someone who's been in journalism for decades. In fact, when David Hundayin called him out at some point, many Nigerians felt that David Hundayin was going a bit too far, because this is someone who has been in the system of journalism for many decades now. So respect and honor should be given to him. But alas, what we saw when he became the spokesperson of Bola Tinubu APC campaign committee, Bola Tinubu Shetima campaign committee for APC. It's as if he lost his decorum and he just started speaking forth. And that shocked many Nigerians, really. And so if you ask me, I think some of these things should be directed to most people of that magnitude, so they will understand that it's not all about politics, it's not even all about their principal winning, but the peace of the country. It matters the most, because even if your principal wins, if there's no country to rule, then what the election didn't make any sense. And that's why you see Festus Keyamo now calling forth just this one person who decided to become I don't know what he was thinking, to just wake up one morning, go to a local flight, and begin to say President-elect Bola Tinubu will not be sworn in. Allow the judiciary to take its full course. And that one person should not be what everybody's dragging Peter Obi, without mentioning his name, of course, that he must speak. There have been other words Onanuga has said. Has Bola Tinubu spoken? MC Olomo spoke. Did Bola Tinubu condemn it? Did even Sanwo-Olu condemn it? They didn't do anything. He later came back and said he was joking, and it ended there. Nothing happened. Okay, so the same thing could be said about this young man. It's one of those things. But let's say it plays out. That's what we're going to wrap it up. Also take on what just took place in an aircraft.